These are the Senate Democrats that caved and betrayed millions of Americans after 40 days of a shutdown. Senator Cortez Masto, Senator Durbin, Senator Fetterman, Senator Hassan, Senator Kane, Senator King, Senator Rosin, Senator Shaheen. And you know what all these people have in common? They're not eligible for re-election next year. In fact, some are even retiring. Some aren't eligible for re-election until 2028 because they think that you're going to forget that you were betrayed by these people. And this honestly has Chuck Schumer written all over it. And I've seen some people say, well, Chuck Schumer voted no. It's not his fault. He is the Senate minority leader. His job is to lead. So you're telling me that 8 Senate Democrats went behind his back to broker a deal? And you're telling me he has nothing to do with it and there's nothing he could have done? Okay, either of those options, he is not fit to lead this party at all whatsoever. And there's also going to be some people that are like, you were depending on the Democrats to save us? Absolutely not. But 40 days of a shutdown? Millions going without food stamps, millions going without pay, people not being able to travel because their flights are being canceled, and this is what you came for? A pinky promise of a vote? Oh yeah, we're gonna put it on the floor, but that doesn't mean we're gonna vote for it. That's what you came for?
Guys, people are pissed. Hey beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So credit goes to the creators in these videos. Guys, apparently the Democrats have caved. I mean, after weeks of the US government shutdown, workers unpaid, services frozen, Americans are fed up. The Democrats just folded. They had leverage, guys. They had public sympathy. They had the upper hand and still they gave in. See, the whole point was to force a deal that protected healthcare credits under the Affordable Care Act, something millions depend on. But when push came to shove, guys, instead of standing firm, some moderate Democrats sided with a quick, I quote, continuing resolution that reopened the government without looking into those protections, or that it is potentially going to reopen the government. Guys, this is basically a deal on paper, a promise in the air. Now people are asking, what was the point of all the noise, all the drama, all the will fight for you talk, if at the end of the day they will blink first? Guys, let me know your thoughts. Let's see what these creators have to say, because Americans are angry.
The Democrats caved. The Democrats caved. What are you? I have tried to calm down so many times to record this video, but Senate Democrats, it's official. They are actually voting with Senate Republicans to reopen the government and got absolutely nothing from the longest government shutdown in history. What was the point of doing this in the first place if you weren't actually going to care about the Affordable Care Act? What does getting a vote in December mean for the millions of people who are going to experience an increase in their healthcare premiums of $100 to thousands of dollars? If you were going to cave that easily, if you were going to be that soft, if you were going to, what was the point in America going through this in the first place? What kind of stunt is this? Whenever you guys get on my page and you try to say, oh, I'm so biased, I'm so this, I'm so that, I will say what I actually feel regardless of what party they are a part of. This is not something I agree with. This, try to keep it calm, This makes no sense. That's the nicest it can get.
You're telling me Democrats are about to reopen the government over a promise? Over a pinky promise? Not even a signed deal in ink and pen? Not even an auto pen? Can somebody fuck me on lubes? What do you mean? Pinky.
The concept of Democrats considering caving and voting to reopen the government based off of the strength of a promise from well-documented liars. Are we fucking dead ass? What was the point? Genuinely, what was the point of the last almost 40 days and 40 nights if y'all are just going to cave based off of a fucking pinky promise, knowing damn well them folks have their fingers crossed behind their backs? What the fuck was the point? What was the point if you're just going to cave based off of the promise of well-documented liars? Next, you're going to tell me that you believe J-Lo can sing. To Senators Tammy Baldwin from Wisconsin, Mark Kelly from Arizona, John Ossoff from Georgia, Gary Peters from Michigan, Dick Durbin from Illinois, Maggie Hassan from New Hampshire, Jean Shaheen from New Hampshire, John Fetterman from Pennsylvania, Chuck Schumer from New York, Angus King from Maine, Alyssa Slotkin from Michigan, Catherine Cortez Masto from Nevada, John Hickenlooper from Colorado, Jackie Rosen from Nevada, and any other Democratic senator who might be getting weak in the knees. I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. Stand the fuck up, grow some fucking balls, and hold the fucking line. Hope this helps. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Guys, let's be real. Every anger is justifiable because federal workers have gone weeks without pay. They feel used. Voters that believe that their party would finally stand up to Republican pressure feel betrayed. And progressives, they are just furious. Now, they say that this is not compromise. They say it's capitulation. Guys, and the Democrats had just one job. One job. Hold the line until the key demands were met. But instead, they accepted what looked like a handshake deal with no guarantees, guys. No backup plan. And Republicans got the government, potentially reopened without giving up much. And the Democrats, they got the headline that says deal reached. And they have nothing to show for it. And guys, I feel that people are slowly, or they are finally lost faith in this government, because every time it looks like there's a chance for real backbone, something snaps, and every time it happens, people pay the price. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because so many people are saying that the Democrats failed the test. They played it safe when they should have stood firm. They allowed fear or backlash outweigh the power of their principle. Guys, what do you think? Do you think the Democrats should not have caved? Do you think they should have stood on their ground, even though the shutdown goes into days and days and days and days and days? What exactly do you think should have happened? Because one thing is certain, the people are not happy.
If the Democrats make a deal to reopen the government without guaranteed Obamacare subsidy extensions, I will lose my fucking mind. We're driving down the field right now. We got momentum on our side. We're in enemy territory, and we're punting on fucking third down. The majority of people blame Republicans for the government shutdown, and somehow we think it's a good idea to give up that piece of leverage and hand it to them and go, okay, now let's make a deal. That's the opposite way of how you're supposed to use leverage, and I understand it's a foreign concept to us because we almost never have it anymore, but you don't give it up. You use it and you apply pressure until the other side breaks and gives you what you want. And we're on the path to getting what we want. The Republicans got fucking destroyed in this last election. Every single public poll shows that the entire public is going, it's Republicans' fault for the shutdown. Hang on. Hang on. Don't give in. Get the guarantee. You never make a deal where it's like, trust me, don't worry, I got your back. They don't have your back. It's the fucking Republican Party with Donald Trump on top. Do not trust them. Get a fucking guarantee or don't make a deal. Simple as that.
Breaking news, the Senate has reached a deal to reopen the government. Democrats have caved. That's exactly what happened. They decided to compromise. They said that it's time to reopen the government. The only thing they got from Senate Republicans was a promise to vote on extending tax credits for the Affordable Care Act, the ACA, in December, but there's no guarantee that they're going to extend these tax credits. The only guarantee is that they're going to vote on them, and now they're going to vote on them as a separate piece of legislation, a separate issue, not connected to the government shutdown, so that Democrats, who are still in the minority, have no leverage in that situation, and Republicans still want to cut funding for the ACA. So I find it extremely unlikely that those tax credits are going to be extended, and to me, this was a major failure on the part of the Democrats. The one thing that they did succeed on was bringing this issue surrounding the Affordable Care Act to the national conversation. We'll see if that gets some Republicans to change their minds when they do vote on this in December.
Never doubt the Democrats' ability to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, bro. It is unparalleled, their desire to lose even when they win. A group of Senate Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, have decided they're going to capitulate to the Republicans and vote to reopen the government in exchange for essentially a pinky promise. They're giving away all of their leverage for the next few months and teaching the Republicans that starving Americans is a legitimate political strategy for getting what you want, only in exchange for a vote on the extension of Obamacare. Mind you, not even an actual promise that Obamacare will be extended. Simply a vote, which will almost assuredly fail. When you watch something like this, you inevitably have to come to the conclusion that the Democrats genuinely want to lose. And when they win too hard, they start getting scared. Because this last election cycle that just happened, the Democrats learned that they were not punished for the government shutdown. In fact, it probably helped them a lot. And the lesson that Chuck Schumer turned around and took from that is, oh, it's time to give up all of our fight against Donald Trump and the Republicans. Because obviously, they don't want to win. The Democrats are a controlled opposition party. Obviously, these moderates who folded need to be primaried, but this is the function of the party. So why should anyone really be surprised?
Guys, once again, a lot of people are saying the Democrats have failed them. They are playing it safe. Because, sure, the government might reopen, right? And some headlines might call it, in quotes, a win for bipartisanship. But let's call it what it is, guys. It's just a cave-in dressed up as a compromise. And the sad part is that many Americans saw this coming. I mean, they have seen it before. It has happened over and over again. Promises of we'll fight harder next time never mean much when people are already struggling now. I mean, over and over and over, when this happens, it's always the promise of, oh, next time it will be better. And at the end of the day, guys, it was not just about a shutdown. It was about leadership. And right now, people are not just angry at the government being closed, guys. They are angry at the people who keep pretending to fight for them while folding when it counts, guys. So yeah, people should be pissed. It's justifiable, guys, because Americans feel like they are fighting the system alone because they don't really understand what their leaders are doing. Oh, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear from you. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.